You got farms that the workers can't even get to the farm to do work. Now, if the farmers ain't on the farm, that means the crops don't get planted. Yeah? Because you still need people to plant the crops. Contrary to popular belief, it's not all automated. You still need people to reap the crops too. So that's going to cause famine and shortage. Not to mention that the different nations are holding on to what they have because they see that there's a resource grab. That's already happening. And me and the elder Ariella, we went over that in the algorithms. We said that was going to happen. As soon as a crisis happens, i.e. war or anything like that, nations are going to be like, well, we need what we got for ourselves. So they're going to stop exporting. So you're going to have to deal with what you got. Now, a place like Britain, well, you guys are living off Boris thinking he's the Don. You're going to find out he's a bumbling buffoon anyway that the elites just put there to juggle.
Second Ezra 6 and 22.
Is this your king? You will love. I'd rather fucking what's his name? T'Challa. I'd rather T'Challa be empowered than this fucking bumbling fucking Trump fucking 1.5 B-Tech Trump that they got ruling in. Wash your hands.
Sing happy birthday.
That fucking B-Tech punk that you people are looking up to. That ain't no leader. That ain't no man of no strength. That's a punk.
Second Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
What does it mean by sown place? What's a sown place? The farms. The farms appear unsown, meaning the agriculture's all fucked up. And you see that already beginning. There's a video, there's a guy called Ice Age Farmer on YouTube. And he goes into all that information, dealing with the crops and what's going on, how the crops are not being planted and different things of that nature. Then you got the big bad boy locusts. They said there's what, 2.4 trillion locusts? And them motherfuckers lay 20 eggs at a time. So, yeah, that's decimating Pakistan right now. All right?
It says, the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
That's a panic buying. Now, right now, you're seeing this ain't panic buying right now. Right now, you got a bunch of idiots because they're uneducated. They're buying up a bunch of toilet paper. And you know why they're buying up toilet paper? Because there's a thing called monkey see and monkey do. If you ask them why they're buying, half of them people that's buying up toilet paper, if you actually shut them down and says, yo, why are you buying up toilet paper, my man? You think they can sit down and break down why they need toilet paper? They're going to say, well, you know, on the IG, and I saw a video of people were buying up toilet paper. So I must need a whole bunch of toilet paper. Yeah, so my man, did you buy any food? So the majority of these people that's panic buying now probably ain't even 2% of people that's panic buying, and the food's already disappearing because the way these companies operate, they operate based upon just-in-time production. It's all efficiencies. So they have algorithms that they have that properly, just like Google can predict how many people are going to be in Westfield at any one time. So you could do it. Go on Google, it'll tell you how busy Westfield's going to be at any one time, because they have algorithms that go based upon data points from previous years in similar conditions, and they can run the calculations. That's how they do the food for the supermarket. So they know coming up to Christmas, people are going to buy extra Baileys, so we're going to order in extra Baileys coming up to the Christmas time and extra Coca-Cola. But this time of the year, we don't need to order that much because people only, and that's how they keep the supermarket stocked. Now, if everyone goes that's out of character and start buying up, even if it's only 5% of the people start buying up in bulk when they don't normally buy, all of a sudden the supply chain breaks down. And suddenly what? The full storehouses appear what? They empty.
Tesco extras, they're no longer doing 24 hours. People unexpectedly go in there at midnight, taking everything out, so they actually shut it.
That's right. That's right, man, and it's only gonna get worse. This is just, like I said, this is the beginning. This ain't nothing yet. This is just a little taste. Oh, you ain't seen real panic yet. This ain't panic. There's only a small, the majority of the people are still in denialism. Because you gotta understand that faith in Babylon is a strong religion. You talk to the majority of people, some idiot told me, yeah, they're gonna have a vaccine in 2 months. It's like, bro, when's the last time
That's a virus.
Like, bro, man said they're gonna have a cure in 2 months. I asked the bro, when's the last time they came out with a cure, brother? Can you remember one? When's the last time? Are we still waiting on the HIV cure? Bro, they ain't come. Esau ain't released a cure. When is the last time Esau? I know you might play Witcher and you might get a cure on that. You might get a cure in some game. I ain't never heard of man coming out with a cure. Cancer can't find a cure yet. But all of us, but Corona, they're gonna find a cure in 2 months. That's because these people, they believe in Esau, man. Boris Johnson could just come out and say, yes, well, we gotta stick together, and the NHS. The man actually said the NHS is ready for a fucking epidemic. Bro, the NHS is at 97% capacity. The nurses and the doctors were protesting a month ago because the NHS is fucked up. How can you then let the same man come out and say, oh yeah, the NHS is ready? How can it be ready when it ain't even ready on a normal day? But people will sit there like, yeah, Boris, that's the guy. Because people believe in Esau. All he gotta do is put on a suit. Now, if I came out and said that shit, they'll scrutinize that shit to hell. That nigga don't. I gotta look this up. I don't know if that. But Esau come out like Jacob Rees-Mogg, wash your hands. And all of a sudden, everyone's like, yeah, they got it under control.
Got a preset? Quick one. Yeah, I'm good, bro. It's in Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
That's right. That's Esau's the liar and the manipulator. He's not a straight shooter. All he knows how to do is manipulate, man. He manipulates people. That's what they be doing, manipulating people. But hey, I got so much to say, man, because hey, listen, man, I was reading the article today, and they know. They said, look, man, America's gonna get blamed for this shit. They're gonna get blamed for the global economy collapsing and the coronavirus, because everyone done worked out that it had to be them that released that shit. And they said, yo, these men are gonna they're just gonna go to war. They're gonna blame them because you fucked everybody up. You did this. Yeah? Don't be surprised if straight up cold evidence comes out that they did this shit. And the rest of the nations are like, you fucked our nations up, now we're gonna have to fuck you up because you're the problem on the planet.
China's already saying that.
China, Russia, Iran, they're all saying, yo, it was you that did this.
Yeah, hit the hole, boy.
I got to say as well, because you're talking about manipulating. For instance, you just mentioned about how they've never actually released a cure. Because one thing that they always try and lie and say is that they cured polio. No, they didn't.
They
recategorize it. That manipulation.
So all you people that believe in Esau, man, you're gonna be destroyed, man. I don't believe in that guy. Esau's incompetent. Any of you people that are trusting in Esau for a meal, for wealth, for anything, you're gonna be confounded in these last days.
The scripture says, man, trust in Egypt shall be ashamed.
Shall be ashamed.
So these people are gonna be ashamed by following these devils, man.
Man came out and said, yeah, so I promised. What's that dude, what's this, Mark Duncan?
Ian Duncan.
Nah, not Ian Duncan Smith. What was that, is it the new health secretary? One of them punks. Come out and he vowed that the supermarkets will remain full. How the fuck you gonna be proud enough to make a statement like that? Can you foresee every eventuality? Is Spain not on lockdown? Is Spain not on lockdown?
Flights turning mid-air.
So what happens if Spain goes on lockdown and they start withholding their food, just like how China's withholding their medication? Just like
the Lord's judgment.
that's the tomatoes, that's all that. It comes from Spain. But this guy's so proud, he's promising, him personally, is not even Lord willing. He's like, yeah, like, I'm gonna keep the supermarkets full. And niggas be eating up like, yeah.
Words of his mouth smoother than butter. I've got a quick precept to follow up the last one I read. It's Ezekiel 21 and 8. Again.
The economy's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, facts.
The economy is already doomed to be fucked. They might save the stock market for a little while, but the average man, the waiter ain't getting paid, the cinema ain't they're gonna have to lay people off. They ain't getting bailed out. They might bail out the big banks. They ain't gonna bail out the little cafe. Come on.
What is it? One of these air companies, man, I think it's British Airways. They're planning to axe jobs.
So guess what? Those people are all gonna have to be on universal credit and receive the chip and rations.
But they won't be the only
Because they're already starting to ration the food. Say you can only have this, that, and the other. They're gonna have to start monitoring that. Because you could go into the shop, right? Common sense is I can go into the shop, grab 2 bags of rice, come back, send my wife in. She could go get 2 bags of rice. It's 2 different people, right? Now, if they chip you and they got all your information on board, like who's your wife? Now, when your wife come in and she go to get, I like the instance. Man, go to, then they're
family
like,
rushing.
nah, the chip says that you've already had your quota. Now, in the spirit, did we not see the rationing books was per family going back to World War II?
Yeah, we went to the Imperial War Museum.
So, but what did we say? We said now the rationing is going to be what? On the chip. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen this week or next week, but it's going to get to that point.
They're laying the foundation.
They're laying it right there. That's how we don't get ahead of ourselves, but you know, we titillated, but we got to keep it back because hey, the most I can bring it, but we're still moving in the right direction, man.
Ezekiel 21:8.
Oh yeah, we gotta hasten the day. But as the men of the Lord, we can't afford to get too. We can't pre-ejaculate, you know.
We gotta ease ourselves into.
You know, I don't mean to be crude, but you can't pre-ejaculate. You gotta. You know, sometimes you gotta hold it back a bit. You gotta calm down.
Take a deep breath and slow it down.
Slow it down. Who said that? My man, that battle rapper. Well, I gotta slow it down for you.
Ezekiel 21:8. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord. Say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Now, right now, with this whole quarantine thing, now, I don't know if they're gonna take it with that direction now, but if you go back when you study the Civil Contingency Act, back then when the bill was going to be passed, it's actually in the bill that they got specialized military units prepared for the situation of medical quarantines and cordons, armed, and they got the power to shoot and kill. See, right now it's games, but when it builds up to a certain level, they ain't going to be self-isolate no more. It's going to be you better damn well isolate, otherwise you're a threat to the rest of the population. Just like in China, man. China ain't playing no games. But you see, Esau likes to play like he's Mr. Friendly. He tries to rule with the iron fist with the velvet glove.
You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
You
don't want to do it.
He don't want to do it.
That's the play.
They're gonna let it build
That's the
up.
play because everyone. I talk to general people. They're like, yo, they should have did this and stopped that. But it's like the players, look, they want you to come to them and say, look, why didn't you do this? So then by the time they get to the point where it's like, wait, hold on, we can't do nothing, then they can just turn around and say, well, this is what you asked for.
We didn't want to do it. But that's what Boris and them were doing. Because any man of wisdom can see, that if they had to do the same thing one place, then you just preempt it and get to it straight away and get it over and done with, man. You ain't gonna play with it. But them dudes are playing with it like they don't have no experience from somewhere else of how to deal with the situation. And even ex-guys are saying like, well, why are these guys dragging their feet on the situation? Because they want it to get worse. They want the chaos. Order ab chaos, baby.
And people have got a short memory, attention span or short memory.
And analytical minds.
Yeah, because even you had the 2011 riots. What did they do then? Same thing. They let it fester, and then they just come back and they say,
them riots is coming back because when people, even when you play them games, right? I don't know if you brothers ever played them city building games or civilization building games. I love them games.
That's for you, bro.
I love them games, man. Age of Empires, you know, Sim City. That can teach you a lot about how to manage and balance things, yeah? Because that's what we're going to be doing in the kingdom of heaven. We're not going to be just sitting around getting our dick sucked. We're going to actually be ruling and managing the earth, everything in the earth, making sure every facet of life is orderly. So you got to know about it. You can't be a loose king like how Esau is, just get up every day and expect someone else to know. You're going to have to know like what's going on, how to deal with shit. So that's why I always say to brothers, whenever you're in a situation, you should be appraising it like, if I was to rule over this, how would I handle the situation? What wisdom would I apply? That's the way of a prince. That's how princes were raised back in the ancient world. They would be sent to certain situations and they would learn how it was dealt with so they could gain wisdom.
For thingy, Levi, when he was sent over because he heard about Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh building the thing. Which the high priest's son? I forgot which one. Was it Phineas?
To deal with the situation?
Yeah. I think they sent Phineas over there to look at it.
To check it out.
And he was the high priest in training, basically.
So even in them games, when you play them games, you might have a situation where I've had situations, when I'm playing them games, where I've made a 1 or 2 mistakes, fucked up the food supply or did some fuckery, the bare people went unemployed, then all of a sudden there was bare unrest in the street, couldn't control it, and nothing I could do could bring it back. It was fucked. I had to start all over again because my civilization collapsed. When people are unemployed, they get angry.
That's real.
When people ain't got money in their pocket, when they're unemployed, when they're catching hell, they get vexed. They start acting out. Yeah? You see that happening. People gonna start, they're already hurt. People are already hurt, living paycheck to paycheck. Now you're telling them that you can't go to work for 2 weeks, you can't go work for 4 weeks. Oh, here's some sick pay, £94 a week. Hold that. That can't even buy you a hookah and some liquor. You fucked.
Taking away the guns.
So man's gonna get angry, they're gonna try and take it into their own hands. Like, what the fuck is going on out here? You see how they were going on with France over the pensions? Go on, man.
Second Ezra 15.
Beautiful.
And verse 6. It's up 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Woe to the world. Isn't this not a global crisis? So the Lord, even though the elites want to bring in global problems, really the Most High wants to bring global problems.
Right.
Judgment upon the earth.
But the Lord wants to bring judgment upon the earth. Go on.
Verse 15 says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
You got them motherfuckers getting all gas because some one article came out saying Africans are immune. But Africans are gonna be getting fucked up with diseases for the last fucking 100 years.
Man.
That's Esau's fucking petri dish Africa, man. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
They probably just ain't doing the tests.
Motherfuckers just dropping dead like, oh, Mbulu died. Wrap him up. Fucking idiots, man. These fucking dudes, man. Gassed.
Then the prime niggas got the coronavirus, man. Rudy Gobert,
athletes.
Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell. That nigga Donovan Mitchell was like 5'3" and can jump.
It's showing you Jacob Proud.
10 foot high, man.
Because that's that black. First of all, being black don't. First of all, even the Hamites are black. So being black don't make you special. It don't make you exempt from sickness. So don't get fucking gassed, yeah. Because the scripture says if you don't follow the laws, the Lord said He was going to add on to you all the plagues of Egypt. And even the ones that weren't written in the book. That's these biological weapons. You ain't gonna find them in the scripture. These weapons that Esau developed, there's some of them diseases that ain't written in the book that's gonna destroy a lot of our people, man.
Verse 15 says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men.
There's going to be a certain segment of the public that's going to be like, yo, fuck the government, man. They fucked up. They're going to be on that fucking Michael Jackson spirit, man. You know, all I want to do is that. They don't really care. They're going to know there's a certain segment are going to say, fuck it, man. We got to go all in for ourselves, man. These people ain't shit. And they're going to come up against the government troops, especially in America. You got certain of them preppers, they're armed to the T. They're armed to the teeth, and you listen to these. Look, man, I've been listening to somebody because I get a lot of my information now from these. I can't, because you can't go to niggas, man. I can't go on the niggas YouTube page. Niggas talking shit. Niggas is on there just KSI, and I can't do it. You certain times you gotta go to Esau. So you go to these survivalists, and they actually been studying the agriculture, and they be like, see, look at this, look at that. But they're on a carnal level. They don't understand the prophecies, right? Now, them dudes, man, a lot of them dudes are armed to the motherfucking T. There's police departments that ain't armed like them. Them motherfuckers is armed and they're trained and they don't like the government. So a lot of them are going to get together and they're going to take out a lot of the government forces. The government going to have their hands full with a lot of these other Edomites, man.
That's why they're part of the King Alfred Plan, Southern Poverty Law Center, all these different Agenda 20, Regs 84, they got them militias down as like a
some of them militias, man, they ain't gonna play ball. Some of them, they just gonna leave them alone and let them just have a certain area of the land for a while and let them kill each other and kill niggas. Like, yo, don't go up in there. That shit too hot. We send the troops up in there now. They too much casualties, man. We're sending a few drone strikes and let them motherfuckers starve out and kill each other. Before,
let them do a bit of the heavy lifting, killing off the people you want to get rid of. And then
known tactic.
That's in the King Alfred Plan. They also say that with niggas, certain areas with the niggas, they know that, like there's certain areas in Chicago, them niggas has got some shit. So they just gonna be like, you know what, man? We're gonna put an area around these niggas and just have these niggas like shoot it out with each other first before we sending them them troops, because them troops are gonna get them motherfuckers be up in the music videos, double AKs and shit, 12 years old like it's Afghanistan and shit.
Bro, I see Royce at 5'9" when he's beefing. I know you know this. Benzino. Man said, nigga, you want beef with me? I got a fucking bazooka, nigga. I remember I said, yo, that was the end of that beef. Them niggas weren't going back and forth.
Yeah, them niggas has got guns too, so they gon' just let them. They might say let them militias fight out with them niggas, but we send in the troops.
Well, it's the most recent what's it called, the Purge, man, where they had it in the hood. They left the niggas. They were thinking the niggas were having a house party. They were thinking they're gonna kill each other. They had to instigate some shit, man. But you know, as it is now,
that's what they're gonna want, man. This thing's gonna be chaos, man. It ain't all gonna go the way Esau want it to go. They know that.
Yes, it's for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Certain people ain't gonna regard the government. There's certain people that's gonna come up against the authorities, because they gonna blame the authorities. They know certain shit. There's a segment of the society that do know about the elites. They know about the government ain't shit. They gonna band together on some anonymous type shit.
V for Vendetta type shit. And the cause of their actions shall stand in their power.
So certain places, they're going to get the upper hand against the powers that be.
Okay.
Go on. So a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, and the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
These cities are going to become dead zones, man. Dangerous places to be. Because there's really going to be no law and order, man. It's going to be a mazza out here, trust me. Chaos.
That the elite want.
Chaos, man. Trust me, it's gonna be. That's what we're saying. You think we're glorifying now, but this is just us enjoying the startup. You ain't seen nothing yet, man. You got all these young fucking bastards out here in London, They gonna bug out in the streets any fucking way. Little gang, they got them drillers is gonna be out here, man. Lawless as fuck.
That's why the Lord raised them up.
That's why the Lord raised them up.
They've been in training for the past 5 years, man.
They're gonna be ruthless out here, man. And you crackers, a lot of you crackers, man.
They live right, them estates.
In the same estate.
Like Kennington, they live right. It's like a nice area.
Get hungry.
And they've not
niggas
moved
is
in
gonna
there.
be going across the borderlines, man. And them niggas is ready to be ruthless because they've been ruthless. They've been drilling down. They've been dipping. They've been dipping and drilling and all that anyway. They've been chefing guys up. They're gonna be chefing up you Edomites and all that over there in them buttery ends. You soft ass.
That's part of the scriptures where it speaks about the spirits made for vengeance, man. These are dark spirits in these guys, man. Dark spirits.
Cosmopolitan.
And they're gonna go out and do all kind of madness, man. You know?
So them Edomites might be thinking that if shit hits the fan and they're living around niggas, they can just leave. But look, you can't leave. What happens when the train, when Euston's shut down, King's Cross is shut down,
they're gonna jump and put the bicycle shorts on and cycle out there.
Niggas gonna be rolling up on your shit like
Then barking Santa in their backs. It's verse 19.
There's gonna be all of that. Everything that we're saying, man, the breakdown of society. Now, people are being in denial about that because they've never seen it before. But they don't understand that it's prophecy, and at the end of the day, it's the nature of man. It's the nature of man, man. It's happened everywhere else. You watch the movie Hotel Rwanda, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, I can't even watch that. I watched that movie once. Certain films I can't watch. That film and shooting dogs, I don't fuck with them films, man. That shit fucked me up in the spirit. I was like, yo, that shit fucked up. Go and read what happened in Rwanda, man. That shit happened overnight. Like overnight. One day they were just like, hey neighbor. Next day it was a machete to man's forehead and a machete into their youth. They actually have video footage, real video footage of man macheteing babies, of women running with the baby strapped to their back, and you got the fucking motherfuckers running and chopping the baby down and then chopping the woman down, man, with the machete. Over 1 million people died in Rwanda with that shit in a month.
Driving over the dead body.
Yeah? And that's why they made the 2 movies. They made Shooting Dogs and they made Hotel Rwanda off that shit. But it's gonna be Hotel Rwanda right here, man. Dead bodies lying in Hotel Rwanda ain't shit. It's gonna be Hotel Rwanda worldwide, man. And then even the one guy they went to these crazy ass fucking Hamite, and they had these motherfuckers in jails, like 20 man in a cell. So all you see is black arms hanging out the cell like that, right? Black, and they interviewed one of the top dons. The man said, raw, like, man was possessed by the devil. Man said he don't know what happened. He said he don't know what happened. He himself, like, I was possessed by, man said he was possessed by Satan. Because how can you go from one day you're a truck driver to the next day you start macheteing down people you don't even know? Just macheteing down babies and children. The Lord put a vengeful spirit on them to do some shit like that. You're watching it like, oh shit, That's the spirit the Lord's gonna bring out here. A lot of these crackers, they gonna get together, they gonna be killing niggas, ruthless, killing the little 3-year-olds, killing the 5-year-olds. Ruthless.
Love of many shall wax cold.
Love of many shall wax cold, man. Now you can't see it because you think everyone's bawling out about love. They're coming up to the camp. What about the love? What about the love? Them same motherfuckers will be chopping you up for some corned beef, man. Where the love gonna be at then, man? Because they ain't really got no love in their heart, man. That's right. That's right. They're beasts. Even the Joker let you know that.
It's an act. It's verse 19.
Where was the love with the Native Americans, man? These Edomites are the #1 ready to kill dudes. They'll switch on you, man.
But I throw in a quick one.
Yeah, go on.
Just based on what you just said there.
You got a lot of serial killer Edomites that's hiding around too.
Matthew 24 and 21.
And all that fucking nasty ass crazy porn that they be watching, man, they gonna be acting that shit out in real life.
For real.
That snuff porn and all that fuckery that Esau's into that he don't normally get to do.
Man's gonna get fishing line, just be
that pedophilia, all that pedophilia that they don't normally get to do. Like, because they might be fantasizing about, or a lot of them are fantasizing about fucking their daughters and fucking their sons. There was a program, what was it called? Van Helsing, the most feminist shit I've ever seen in my life. But I was watching it. And in that program, the one guy got turned into a vampire, and he actually went home and actually killed his children. And then when he got, you know, long story short, when he got turned back into a human and that, he was all hurt because he had to say, look man, to be honest with you, I wanted to kill my children before I got turned into a vampire. That's why I'm so fucked up. I had those thoughts. but that, you know, that is true. There's a lot of people out there that they got these mad thoughts in their mind. They're like American Psycho type shit, but they just don't act on them. But when all hell breaks loose, it's gonna be like a freedom for them to fulfill all them, all them lusts that they got.
That's right.
They're gonna purge, they're gonna release it.
This one's a quick one. Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be.
So these people, a lot of people we talk to, they be focusing on the corona. I'm like, bro, don't focus on the corona. This is just a catalyst for more things. More things that's gonna pop off.
It's caveat.
No, it ain't nobody looking for World War III. No one ain't talking about World War III no more or nothing like that. Because they don't fully understand that the Most High is about to bring a perfect storm of judgment. It's gonna be like, what the fuck? Everything's going wrong. Mayday, mayday. What's going on out here? This is, you know, you're looking at one thing and oh shit, what's this?
Niggas see 2021, we're gonna start over. You ain't gonna want to see 2021, man.
It's back in 2 Esdras 15, verse 19. The man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
So the lack of, so what's my man talk? What's his? Anyone find out what that fucker's name is? That fucker that was talking about how he vows to keep the supermarkets.
You say it was
full.
the health minister?
Something like that, man. Type in MP vows to keep supermarkets full. Might have been Mark Duncan or something like that. His name was Mark something. Oh, pussy off.
He's gonna have like shit pies in there, bro.
He ain't gonna have no. He might get caught out there with no fucking food. But he vows that. He vows. Someone asks him a question time. He'll vow that we're gonna keep.